I've been asked this question. Consider a monopolist with a demand curve given by P equals 20 minus Q, where P is the market price and Q is the quantity sold. The monopolist's marginal costs are MC equals 2 per unit and a fixed cost of $20. What is the monopolist's profit if it charges a uniform price? Okay, before we go any further, let's just clarify what's going on here. What's that mean? Marginal cost equals 2 per unit, so that's $2 per unit. What do we mean by that? So it means each additional unit, the first unit, the second unit, the fourth unit, the 99th unit, the 124th unit, each one costs $2. Okay? That's all it means. Or in other words, that the marginal cost is constant, all right, at $2. So far so good. Now we need to get to work. What we need to do in answering this sort of question, and basically all questions that involve any kind of just a little bit of maths even, is look at what you're really being asked. What is the monopolist's profit if it charges a uniform price? Oh, by the way, what's that mean? A uniform price. That just means that the monopolist is charging the same price to everyone, to all consumers, for every unit. That's all it means. All right, so what is the monopolist's profit? So in answering these sorts of questions and doing any kind of calculation question like this, always start with what am I trying to get to? So what you're trying to get to is the monopolist's total profit, pi, and what's that? Total profit is total revenue minus total costs. That's where you want to get to, all right? With the scraps of information we've been given, we can eventually deduce this, and therefore we can get this. Okay, let's split this watermelon. We've got a demand equation, a marginal cost equation, and a fixed cost equation. Let's see how far we can get by thinking about our end goal. Remember, the end goal was total profit, which was made up of total revenue minus total costs. What's total revenue made up of? Price times quantity. What's total cost made up of? Total fixed cost plus the total variable cost. Can we go any further than that? The total fixed cost is given. The price is given by this demand curve equation. And we also know about the total variable costs. We don't have total variable costs, but we can deduce what it would be because we know that marginal costs, the cost of each additional unit of output, is 2 every time. So the total variable costs are simply going to be the cost of each additional unit multiplied by the number of units. So that'd be marginal cost multiplied by the number of units or the output. Okay, so far so good. This is given, as we already know, that's actually 20. That's worked out for us. All right, what's our problem here? Our problem is with what's our unknowns. Look, I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter Q. Yes, that's right. It's the quantity that's unknown. How are we going to figure that out? Fortunately, if you remember, we have a profit maximizing rule. What is the profit maximizing rule? It's output where the marginal revenue, R prime, equals the marginal cost, C prime. All right, so far so good. We've got the C prime down pat, that's good. What about the R prime, that is the marginal revenue? We need an equation for that. Now, I'm going to do it simply by differentiation. We're going to use the power rule, okay? Why can we do that? Because the marginal revenue is simply the change in the total revenue due to an incremental change in output. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, we've got our marginal revenue. So all we need to do now is find where the output where this condition is satisfied. So we want marginal revenue. That's this guy here. And we want marginal cost. That's this guy here. And just solve for Q. So the optimal output is 9. The optimal output, the profit maximizing output, I should say, is 9. So far so good. So we can put 9 into here and here and here, and all should be good and rosy. Let's do it just here. So we've got total profit equals total revenue minus total cost. So if we wrote this out, we've got, and if we write this part out,